All right, guys, I'm going to get caught up on all the vehicles. I know y'all haven't seen much of the Cobra. So even when I got on the road, like, so we took it to on that road trip for like Washington, DC, drove the car around for a little bit and then had like a blowout, and it's been sitting for like almost a year just because I couldn't afford to get tires for it. So finally got tires on it, got new wheels and tires actually, so it looks a whole lot better, which those old black XXRs were kind of like anyway. I'm gonna show you guys the car, explain some of the stuff that I've done. I also had to do something with the tail lights, and we'll just take this thing down the road and do a little burnout real quick. But for the people that probably haven't seen this car, this is the 2001 Cobra that I picked up that I thought just had a bad transmission. Turned out it had a bad engine, bad transmission, and kind of a bad differential. It just makes a little noise, but it's okay right now. Someone did the solid axle conversion, which I have the parts car in the backyard that we're going to be putting the correct rear end in this thing, if I can manage to keep it. And the front bumper was messed up, the original one, the 01 front bumper. So I was looking to find that one on Facebook, already kind of painted to match, so we threw that on there. But I swear, like every car I own, I've had the engine, transmission, or some kind of big mechanical piece out of it. But the whole reason I wanted this thing is like an 03, 04 has always been my dream car. And it's kind of like, you know, this is a Cobra you can actually enjoy because it's kind of beat up, it's not perfect. So it's not really a collector car or anything. And on tail lights, if you know, like the 99 and the 2001, they have like the turn signals down here and they're ember. Well, if I'd have known, like I said, I sold the tail lights out of both the parts car and this car just because I didn't really care for the, I don't know, I kind of like the way these tail lights look, just all red and stuff. But I did something kind of unique, which I didn't record. I can't remember if the turn signal is like, the turn signal is just down here on the Cobra, but I can't remember if like the brake lights were on all of these or just the outside one. I don't know. But the way I wired it is like all these are the brake lights and running lights, turn signals down here. So even, I know like on the regular GT car, there's no turn signal down here, but there's a turn signal up here. Or like these are the two turn signals? No. Maybe these are the two turn signals with these two brakes. I can't remember. I don't know if this is like kind of like a little unique thing for my car, or is it just I wired them to be just like a GT or something. I don't know. Well, that wouldn't be right because the turn signal's not at the top. So that right there is, that would be, that'd be different. Because these are just GT tail lights. And I cut a hole, which you guys could maybe be able to see it. Let me go over here because it's like dark, so you might be able to see it. But I cut a hole to be able to put the turn signal down at the bottom right here. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, there's a spot in the molding of these tail lights for the Cobra one. So I just like cut the hole and put the bulb in there. But I could have saved myself a lot of headache if I'd have known that the connector, the plugs are different from like the 99 2001 Cobra to all the other models. Because like you can't just like plug in regular GT tail lights on your Cobra or vice versa. So I don't know. I didn't know that. So I had to like get two regular GT tail lights and like cut them up and make them kind of work. It's a little hacked up, but I mean you won't know it by looking in the trunk. You know, it just kind of looks normal with like one extra wire. So I'll try to explain that in better detail if you guys are interested. I'll make a if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll probably see it. I'll make like a YouTube short showing my tail lights actually working at nighttime. But for now, I'm just gonna cut the turn signals on and cut the running lights on, so you can kind of see. So see, you got the running lights up here and the turn signals down here, which that's not really gonna show up good. So yeah, so that's where the turn signal is supposed to be on the, you know, early Cobra, whatever. So these are your running lights, and all three of these bulbs light up when you hit the brakes. So I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be, or the way it was on the Cobra, or what. I don't know. I probably should look that up, but that's really like the only like other thing I've really done to this thing. Pop the hood, and like I said, I had to throw a battery in this thing because the battery died on me. Probably just because the car's sitting. Nothing fancy, not the fun model with the supercharger and 6-speed or whatever. See, that's not a good sign right there. It means like some little rodents have been getting in here and like chewing on stuff. It's another reason you don't want to let your car sit, because stuff like that start chewing on wires, you're gonna have a really bad day. I mean, that's pretty much it, man. This thing has been, like I said, I'm not a big Ford guy. I'm more of a General Motors. I'm not a nothing guy, but I'm definitely prefer Chevys over Ford. But this thing has been pretty solid. It hasn't really given me any kind of trouble. Knock on something, I don't know, but it's been pretty good. And like I said, I have the you know, independent rear suspension that's supposed to be in the thing, and I got all new bushings and stuff like that. I just got to drag the parts car from the backyard to the front yard, drop the rear end out of that, and pull the rear end out and switch it, you know, get everything done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just go ahead and take this thing down the road and get that burnout in. This thing does have like a really crazy like low rear end gear. It's like really too much for the car actually, but putting that other rear end in, it's going to make me like driving a whole lot more. You know, and I've always said that, like, I don't understand why the new age Mustangs aren't more popular. But like the rear end, like that, having a solid axle, that kind of bugs me in these things. But other than that, like I said, they're a pretty cool car. It's a McPherson, you know, strut front suspension, just like 240s and stuff. So I'm surprised more people don't drive these things. Which, I mean, plenty of people do drive Mustangs, but you can find really good deals on the new age Mustangs. Like I said, not that the 2-valve that comes in these are really, you know, really muscle engine, whatever, but I mean, guys make plenty of power with them, so I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, I think a DE 350Z makes more than like a new age GT does. I think the majority issues I've had out of this car has just been work that the previous owner's done. Like the exhaust system is like really clapped out. Really need brakes with this thing too. I got like one of them's kind of squeaking a little bit. Yeah, before the new year, or we get like deep into the new year, I just want to get caught up on all the vehicles, so. It's a Miata! Kind of sucks. Usually when I see like a Miata or something, I'm in something with pop-ups, so I can wave my, you know, pop the headlights up at them. Now that I'm thinking about it, is this true? Yeah, I think this is the only vehicle that I have that don't have pop-ups. No, my 350Z don't have pop-ups. So, yeah. Anybody want to trade me a 240 for my 350Z? I'd actually probably be supporting of that if it was a S13 that had a swap LS JZ. I would do like an S14 that was just like stock. I wouldn't even care. Went the long way, but once we get right here, I'll like try to stab on her a little bit. But it's like, it's nothing crazy fast, but it's just like I said, it's a cool car, man. You don't really see, you know, Cobras on the road. Like I said, it's not the supercharged car, which I foolishly had plans for this car the moment I saw it and knew it was for sale. And like I said, I bought it a little bit afterwards and never really checked on the project, the parts and stuff. But like I said, once I got the car to the house and started pricing everything, I was like, man, this is never going to happen. Because, you know, I wanted to get like the 6-speed for it, get like the rear bumper and the trunk lid and, you know, the rear spoiler and the side mirrors. All that stuff's unique to like the 03, 04 Cobra. Then get a supercharger, but I mean, by the time you bought all that stuff, like the Ford parts are like crazy expensive. So it just, I would come out better selling this car and just going to go buy an 03, 04 Cobra, which would be nice. But you know, even if I could get like 10 for this car, I'd have to put like another 10 or 15 to get like an 03, and it just, I ain't got it like that. Like I said, I don't have that kind of money. So we're just kind of stuck with this. Like I said, not stuck with it, because like I said, I did like the car. But like, it would be nice to have a 6-speed though. At the T56. So don't know if you guys can kind of pick up on that little bit of rear end noise, but it's not too bad. Especially like when you let off the gas. I don't have too many plans for this car. If I get to keep it, I would like to put better coilovers on it, because the coilovers are freaking garbage. You can't tell how much I'm bouncing around. I'd like to put like good coilovers on it, and possibly an angle kit, and like a good racing seat just for the driver's side. Like leave the Cobra seats in for the passenger and everything. Nice to get like some of the 03 stuff, but it's really expensive. If you guys can hear that, like I said, we're going 55 miles an hour right now, and like turning 2,000 RPM. So I'm not sure what gear's in this thing, but it's a little bit much, I think. That 6-speed though would be good. Let's do a little something real quick. So it sounds okay, but the exhaust system is like clapped out. It's like BBK long tube headers with an X pipe, and it's almost like they just haggled up like 4 different exhaust pipe at like your local ghetto hole-in-the-wall muffler shop. The rest of it looks absolutely horrible. Probably flows horrible too. Ooh, that'd be dope. Maybe we could take this thing, put it on the dyno. I'd be kind of curious to see if it actually makes the, because you know that was like the big thing with these things. They were like really underpowered from what Ford said they were, so that'd be kind of dope. Get it thrown on a dyno somewhere. Now, I'm not going to do like a crazy burnout, because I just put tires on this thing, man. I gotta have some self-control, because I'm burning through all my tires and I can't afford to replace them. So I need to have some self-control. So we're going to do just a little bitty one. But there's like something, the brake like rubbing. If you guys can hear that, you kind of hear it like kind of flopping around or something. So this is definitely not it wasn't a very loved car. I think she's done some living. Unfortunately, she's had a rough life. I don't think it's gonna get any better, not with me owning it, that's for sure, because like that's the whole point of having a car, is to like enjoy it. So even if I had like an 03 or 04, I'd probably be abusing the crap out of it. Not all the time, but sometimes, you know. So roll the windows down. I don't want to get out of the car. It's cold, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through winter. get a little something, something. But yeah, it spins tires pretty good because that rear end gear, you can just like aggressively let off the clutch and this thing will spin tires. So it don't take much. This will be just as well. I'm kind of out in the middle of the road. Let me get somewhere where I can end this thing. But real quick, I'm gonna see if I can get the noise from the rear end to pick up. So we're going down the road, probably going like 55 again. God, these coilovers just suck. We'll let off the gas. Y'all can hear it, maybe you can't, whatever. It has like a little, like a whine to it. Not to mention the bushings are probably shot on this thing because that was a unique noise. But yeah, it's like if you get on the gas, you can kind of feel the rear end doing like weird things that's not supposed to be doing. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be the bushings are blowing out because this thing is old and clapped out. And like I said, I put, you know, solid or polyurethane engine mounts and transmission mount when I was had everything apart. We had the engine and stuff out. So just a quick rundown. You know, that's what we done. We just swapped the engine and stuff from the parts car. It's got a brand new flywheel, clutch, engine mount, transmission mount. So it's a somewhat solid car. And like we replaced a bunch of gaskets, of course, like the rear main seal, valve cover, timing cover, timing guides and chains, all that stuff looked good, so I just left it. We're just gonna roll with it. I don't know, man. Like I said, it'd be nice to kind of be able to do something with the 4-valve and not just LS swap it, which I've had my moments where I've thought about it. Just because, I don't know, they're kind of cool. That's why I've always liked the Cobras. It looks cool. But it is a pain to work on, and the parts are really expensive, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out some finances stuff if I'm going to be building a Ford, that's for sure. Because I think I wanted to put cams in this thing, and like I said, I looked it up, and cams were like $2,000 or something like that. And heck, it might even been more than that. That was just for the cams. That's not like springs or anything. And that's what I'm saying. You might not like the LS stuff, but man, you can't beat that. Like, you spend what, not even $1,000 to get like a really gnarly cam setup with a cam, push rods and springs, and yeah, I don't know. I like that. Somewhat affordable. Which I wish they would have spent some money on coilovers for this thing. It's like the CX Racing coilovers. The things are absolutely horrible. Anybody wants to hook me up some BCs, man, you would be my freaking hero for this car. Would be nice. Yeah, you can pull into. I'm kind of curious to see what rear end gear in this, what gears in this thing. You can like pull into pretty much any driveway in any gear, and this thing would just like chug away, just like pull out. So you don't even have to gear down. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know why these things ain't more popular, man. The new Edge Mustang's pretty cool. Hands down, I will say it is the most slept on car in the car community right now that I know of. So if you broke and you're looking for a sports car, I would get one of these, man. It's not even a question. Yeah, that's pretty much her, guys. Like I said, I really haven't done much to it besides, like I said, just getting the engine and transmission in it. Sitting around, so it's pretty dirty, even the new wheels and everything, but the wheels make it look a whole lot better. So that was a good improvement, definitely worth the money. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Mustang for now. Pretty sure you guys will see it again. I'm really hoping, like I said, I can get some better coilovers, an angle kit, and maybe take it for a drift event, which would be kind of fun, but we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see.
But that's it for now, guys. We'll see you on the next one.